Hi guys, I'm Annalisa. Thank you for tuning in. And this is me starting to talk about lucid dreaming. This is my first video on it. And I've been a lucid dreamer on and off most of my life. And over the last year, I've been working to try and expand it and to really go into it more. And I'm making progress. And what I want to do is just share the experiences that I've had in getting to the point of how to lucid dream. I've got 4 things to share with you. And I over time, I hope I'm going to be coming back and sharing more things and more information that I learn along the way, because it's really developing a lot at the moment. So I'm keeping sharing it. So I've got 4 things. The first thing, how to lucid dream. First thing, we know this. I'm just going to go over it very quickly. Is keeping a dream diary. It absolutely has helped me. And I write every single morning. I keep a record of what I dreamt. Even if I can't remember. If I can't remember anything, I will write in my dream diary, I can't remember anything, I couldn't remember anything. If I just have a vague sense of, it felt kind of peaceful, or I think there was a person there, I just write that, however vague it is, doesn't matter how vague, because it's like this little hook that'll just like get you in and attach you to that feeling so that you keep coming back. Every day is like religious. Every single morning I write, and it ties into the second point, which is about keeping still. So when I wake up in the morning, I don't move. As soon as I'm conscious that I'm waking up, I keep my body completely still and start going through my dreams, and I work backwards. So from whatever the most recent part of your dream is, focusing on that. Where did that start? Where did that start? Where did that start? And keep going back, because we actually have about, I think it's 9 dreams a night, every night. I think it's 9, something like that. 8, maybe 9. Yeah, and I've remembered maybe up to about 5 is the maximum I've done so far. But most nights I remember at least something of 1 and often 2. And so working backwards, you kind of work back through. Sometimes it's tricky to work out which way one dream ends and another starts. They kind of merge into each other, but you just start tracking all those different sections, and then but the thing is to be lying still. So as soon as you move your body, as soon as you reach out to get your pen or your phone, whatever it is, you're bringing your consciousness back into your body through that movement, and it's hard to go back into that space, and because it feels back here, right? Go back into that space and bring forward the experiences you had. So lying absolutely still and going through as much as possible, and the details, the colours, the feeling, so things like time of day and movement is really important. So recording where you travel backwards and forwards, up and down, that kind of thing. Times, like the details, colours, these little things, all I'll come to, I think, in a later video, but all those little details are really important. So remembering as much detail as possible. And the other thing is, I find that also lying still when I go to sleep helps me lucid dream. I'm not quite sure why that is. I think I've seen a video. I feel like I've seen a video on something like that before. But, moving around, I move around a little bit first of all, and then suddenly I'll be lying still and falling asleep, and I'll suddenly realise, I'll become conscious, I could move or I could stay still. And if I choose to stay still and resist the urge to move around in bed, I fall asleep quite quickly. It gets me to sleep much quicker, and then quite often my dreams are more lucid when I do that, or more vivid. So that's been really interesting, lying still. Number 3 is having enough energy when I go to sleep. This is a real interesting balance, because we obviously need to use a lot of energy in order to go to sleep, but in order to sleep well, to relax at the end of the day, but we also need vitality in order to interact with the experience of our dream world, our dream consciousness. So for me, what I do is I eat quite a lot before I go to sleep. I'll have a good hearty bedtime snack. And when I do that, I often dream more clearly, more vividly, or I lucid dream. Since I've done that, it's really, really been good. And I think It really depends. You know, some people, you might be knackered just from doing so much work, from I don't know, long days, like mental exhaustion, in which case something like meditation or some relaxation, breathing exercises is going to help you dream, because your mind is going to be rested and more able to explore. But also, if you're physically tired, you know, if you're kind of physically drained of energy, having something to kind of pick you up before you go to sleep, it's really good for dreaming. Okay, number 4. Those 3 are all kind of fairly straightforward. Number 4, this is more complex. Number 4, what I found, to be able to move around in my dream, to become conscious that I can change things in my dream, what I've needed to do is let go of attachments in my daily real life, and big attachments. So this is the real deep work that I feel allows people to lucid dream. So what I mean by attachments are when you have a real connection to something, usually mentally, when you have this really strong idea of, for example, who you are, your character, your identity, your role in life. When you're very attached to exactly what those things are, it's harder to have freedom to move around within your dream space. So, for example, I'm a mother, and when I started to realize that I needed to give my daughter a bit more space to be her own person and to let go of my need to mother her, you know, I kind of freed up that relationship a bit. I'm not going to go into loads of detail about that, but it's just about letting her have her independence, you know. As soon as I could start to do that, I started to lucid dream dramatically more. Does that make sense of the sentence? I don't know. Anyway, I dreamt, I had more lucid dreams. And I really feel it was because I was detaching from this need of this is who I am. And it's very, very, very powerful, because if you want to be anything in your dream and do anything, if you want to change into different animals, you want to be able to fly, you want to be able to do different stuff. You know, if you're a person who wakes up in the dream and is aware they're dreaming but can't break out of it, it's this detachment from the I, from the ego, that allows you to have that movement. So that, you know, that's quite an in-depth topic, and maybe if people are interested, maybe I will go into it a little bit more in another video. But I just want to share with you that initial idea of what am I attached to, who do I think I am, you know, what am I tied to in expectations of myself, my life path, because those things are binding. You know, we need to become more flexible in our mind and our ideas and consciousness, and then it allows us to free up and play with our dream space and create with our dream space, because it's very powerful. I've created a lot of things and it's very powerful. So anyway, thank you for tuning in and watching, and if you enjoy this, let me know, and I will make more videos in the future when I have things to share, and I look forward to speaking to you again. Bye.